Hi, Trish here from Howdy How Crochet. Now this is the first in a series of finishing techniques for your crochet or knitting actually, and this one is weaving in these ends. I like to save my weaving in of the ends for when I'm sitting and watching TV and I don't have much to do. So anyway, all of these products can be found on my Amazon store. And the Amazon store can be found at facebook.com crochet tips and techniques. And if you search Facebook Howdy How Crochet, you'll find me. So anyway, we're going to thread this needle first. Okay, and this is my needle threader, and this is a chibi needle. And a lot of crocheters and knitters prefer this needle because it has a bent tip, and I'll show you. When you are finishing your work, these bent tips really come in handy to get in that work. So we're going to start with weaving in the ends. If you're at the end of the row, this is a really quick way to weave in. You kind of make yourself a little burrow, and you're going to go down this row. Just squeeze it. You don't have to sew. You just push it down for a few inches. Come out, and then you're going to do this 3 times, and this is a real secure finish if you happen to be at the end of the row. Now a lot of times you use your ends for sewing, but we're going to pretend like you need to finish the row. So here, now when you come down, you're going to go up the other side. Okay? So push it through, just push it through. Now you'll notice, and I'll show you on my blanket, I only have 2 or 3 ends to weave in because I carry up the side, and I'll show you how to do that in another video. So your weaving in of ends is very minimal. Okay, and then you came up, so now you go back down that first side, burrow it in, just kind of squeeze it in. Try to make it so you can barely see that needle or even not see it at all. Push it through, down the end. There we are. And then pull out the end, pull that off, loosen it back up, loosen it up, and you're going to take your stork scissors, cut that about there, tighten it back up again, and that's done. If you want to cut that a little bit closer, that's fine, but that's good the way it is. Okay, now we are going to, if you happen to be in the middle of a row, and you can use your chibi needle again, or you can use that straight needle. Either way is fine. Now if you're in the middle of a row, or if you have a whole lot of yarn on the ends and you need to go to the center because the ends are getting, the edges, sorry, are getting too bulky, you can go in. It's not a big deal. Now what we're going to do is we're going to weave this in. So you find this row, you see this row of bumps right here. We're going to go over and under. And you can do this with knitting. Knitting and crochet both have these rows of bumps. And some people like to splice and go in between the rows. And some people just like to, in between the yarn. And some people like to go under. I usually go under, over, down and up, over and under, and then I splice the last one. So this one I will split the yarn. Okay, and then you're gonna go down maybe 1 to this next row here, And this is an odd pattern, but it still works. You just have to find your row. Okay, so you've gone down a row, and now you're going to find those bumps again and do the same up and down stitching. Okay. And I have to kind of spread these apart a little bit so you can see. But once you get your yarn, once you get your project finished, you'll see these bumps. Okay. And I think we started somewhere around here. I'm going to splice the last two. Take the needle off. So the idea here is to sew across, go down, and then sew across again the opposite way so that the thread doesn't come apart. Clip that, and we're good. Okay, and just to show you this latch hook, this one's a little bit big. It's a little bit big, but I can still show you how this latch hook it would work on the ends, because on this one we would just latch hook the thread all the way through, and I just prefer a needle. A needle's easier to work with and it gives you a little bit finer. Look, but if you're in a pinch, you know, you lost your needle and you have 20 latch hooks laying around, go ahead and do this. You go down the end and then you latch hook it through that bar instead of sewing it through the bar. And then all the way back, down a little, down a row. And although this color is contrasting, it's not going to show on the other side. So we've gone down our row and we're going to latch hook all the way. And I think I'm splitting there, but I'm trying. Cut that, and let's see if we poked through on the other side. No. Okay, we're good. We're good on the other side. So that is weaving in the ends. If you're on the edge, you can go down, up, down. And if you're in the middle of the row, you can go across, up and down, down a little bit, and then across, up and down, snip it. And I think that's it for weaving in your ends. Don't forget, check me out on Facebook, and you can look at that Amazon.com to find all these needles. See you next time.